So Matt Walsh posted, "It is a very, very bad sign that you haven't visited enough mosques is now an attack line against American politicians. These are the fruits of mass migration. The migrants don't assimilate to us. They demand that we assimilate and submit to them." And this is his response to the following post. Zohran Mamdani says Cuomo is not qualified to be mayor because he didn't visit a mosque. He had over 10 years and he couldn't name a single mosque that he visited. Muslims want equality and respect. Can you name a single mosque you went to in 10 years? So as usual, if you actually watched and understood what actually happened, then you will see this is just Matt Walsh and his likes continuing their long pattern of shameless lying in order to spread Islamophobia. It should be common sense that anybody who is running for a political position that depends on votes, then a main goal of theirs is to convince people to vote for them and that he's going to look out for their interests. So naturally, during such a discussion, this topic is going to come up. And here it did come up in regards to Muslims. So of course, as politicians do, Cuomo is trying to act like he cares about Muslims, that Muslims and everybody will benefit if he gets elected. Whereas Mamdani questions that, saying, name a single mosque that you visited in 10 years. He's simply saying, I don't believe you. So this would be a chance for Cuomo to say, no, I went to this mosque, I went to that mosque. Then he would make Mamdani look like an absolute fool. He would have completely proved Mamdani wrong. But he wasn't able to do that.
Candidate in the Democratic primary for him to set foot in a mosque. He had more than 10 years, and he couldn't name a single mosque at the last debate we had that he visited. And what Muslims want in this city is what every community wants and deserves. They want equality and they want respect. And it took me to get you to even see those Muslims as part of this city. And that, frankly, is something that is shameful and is why so many New Yorkers have lost faith in this politics.
Yeah, except, that is totally false. I worked with the Muslim community for many years.
Name a single mosque you went to when you were the governor. Can you name a single mosque you went to in 10 years?
Before you were ever here.
Before I was here?
Before you were even in state government. I worked with the Muslim community. Yeah. Imams presided over State of the States. We worked in religious working groups, tolerance groups, anti-Semitic groups, etc.
All right, gentlemen.
Seems like pretty standard political debate stuff. However, from this 2-hour video, people like Matt Walsh are clipping this part to demonize Muslims. Look at how the Muslims are taking over our country. This is the fruits of mass migration. Cuomo was asked about visiting a mosque. Meanwhile, it's interesting. If you just scroll down a little bit, let's look at the first reply. Oh, would you look at that? The American president, Donald Trump. Last month, Netanyahu welcomed the largest ever delegation of U.S. lawmakers to Israel. The 250 American legislators spending a week in Israel for the 50 States One Israel conference sparked backlash from across the political spectrum. I mean, don't you guys remember the first time Mamdani really went viral? It was during the New York City mayoral debate, and they were asked what foreign country they would first visit. And so many of the people up there were saying, Israel, I would go to Israel. Cuomo here, he said, I would go to Israel. But what did Mr. Mamdani say? He said, I would stay in New York. My plans are to address New Yorkers. To which he was then berated. How dare he not say Israel? Everyone else is saying Israel. He said he'd stay in New York City? He would stay in the city where he was elected? He even said, I'll be standing up for Jewish New Yorkers. So this was how Mamdani got this following in the first place. His tactic seems clearly to me, he's trying to appeal to all of New Yorkers. Regardless of one's beliefs or religion, it seems like that's who he's trying to cater to, like a politician does. And for the record, I'm not here endorsing any politician. I'm just trying to point out what seems blatantly obvious, which is people like Matt Walsh seem to dedicate their lives to spreading lies about Islam in order to spread fear about Muslims, in order to spread Islamophobia. And this is exactly why it is so important for people to visit mosques, to actually get to know Muslims, because there is so much misinformation spread about us. And we are demonized so much in the press by people like Matt Walsh that sometimes all it takes is for somebody to meet a Muslim, to sit down and talk to a Muslim, get to know him, for them to realize, oh, all this stuff on the internet, they're completely shameless lies. They're actually making me feel this sort of hatred and these terrible assumptions about people who are actually good people. And it seems like the more that people actually get to know Muslims in person, the more they not only realize this about them, but it also completely exposes the liars for who they are. May Allah continue to expose the shameless liars, and may Allah guide people to the truth. Allah knows best. Thank you for watching. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.